So this page was super cool to work on the left. Like it's kind of a joint piece, but mostly the left can be viewed as its own piece. I just like the imagery of the birds and the butterflies and the movement that the picture has. So that was really cool. I tried to mirror some of the like the butterflies and birds on the next page just to kind of join it together, but they could be viewed separately as well. I just like the bright orange colors in there as well. Now this one I'm not finished with, but mostly it's just a collection of fall foliage. I really like the way the leaves look in fall. So I need to fix up some of the white patches and add a couple more focal images, but it's just a page to look at and look at the fall weather that I enjoy so much. And I love pictures that have reflections in the water. I don't know, they just appeal to me, so I try to use that when I can. It just makes me happy, this page. This one was really fun to work on. I don't know if you can see very clearly because sometimes the focus doesn't go in as sharply as I would like, but I don't know, this was just a fun piece to work on. The hands, like the hands are controlling the scenery and the different colors and the people, and I don't know, I just really like this one. This was really fun to work on. I like the cityscape in the background. And the next page has nothing to do with the other page. I mean, half of this stuff doesn't have anything to do with each other, but it just works and it's so fun to look at. There's so many little detail images in the side over here that really add more to the page. I just really like this spread. And it happened totally accidental. I mean, I tried to put certain colors together, but the images were all over the place. This is another one that kind of came together all accidental. Just kind of added pictures here and there and tried to look with the same kind of pattern or color scheme or something that would appeal and kind of match the background, but the images themselves don't go together at all. Sorry, getting a bit of a glare. Here you go. This one's not my favorite, but it does have a lot of interesting stuff in the picture. But it's not my favorite page. I love the colors. I love the statement in this page. They really kind of go together with the next page, which I thought was really cool. And those all were all built around this. There's always a struggle to live up to expectations and a reality, and I just felt like that went perfectly with all these images, and it matched the color scheme as well, so I just thought that was going to be a really good spread together. This last page I'm still working on, but I love the juxtaposition of the blue and the orange. I think that just really pops and appeals to me. I love bridges, so anytime you get bridges, I like using that. I just like the way they look structurally. And the scenery is pretty. I love the circle patterns that's in the background image. I think that it helps bring the image together. The next page is just funny and just really... I had this page and I didn't want to really alter it much. I just liked the page on its own. So I just put this quote over it with cut out letters. And it says stress is dessert spelled backwards. So I thought that was a fun page to have. Now this left page doesn't have much on it, just 2 images on it, but I felt like it worked with the next page to the right. And I feel like I added that one after the fact. But I feel like the next page is like a wanted poster. That's what I was kind of going for. And then the driving imagery, I thought that little circle with the rear mirror was pretty cool. And it says it's nice to be wanted, but it kind of looks like a wanted poster as well. So I just thought that was cool. This next one started very like bathhouse kind of relaxation and those kind of imagery, water imagery, and then it just kind of erupted from there. It's kind of took on its own life, but there's a lot of focal images. I try to add some pictures that would match with it. There's a little clawfoot tub there that kind of works with it. I just thought that was kind of cool. It's not my favorite, but I definitely enjoyed looking at that page. And then the next one's just a random collage that I think works really well with the frame that I made for it. And the colors. That one's a really nice page. I like the page. This one, I believe, is the Sleeping Beauty page. So this was a piece of fish bits that I got from Cage Fish that I was able to use in conjunction with this old storybook page of Sleeping Beauty. I added this, it starts with a dream, and then later on I just got lucky and found this quote of Maleficent, and I thought that was really fitting for this. So it just kind of brings the page together on its own. The next page is a lyric page. I started with the background image and I added a couple of images to it. It's from Lupe Fiasco, and the song is Daydreaming, and it's with Joe Scott as well. And it says, I fell asleep beneath the flowers. For a couple of hours. Such a beautiful day. And I just love that chorus, and I just think that it worked with this image. So I thought that was pretty cool to add lyrics like that I enjoy onto like a collage page. I think that brings it out more. Sorry, the focus is really going in and out here. I gotta play around with it next time. Now this was like its own collage image in a magazine that just really struck me. So I just put it in there. I didn't really add much to it. I might add more to it. But I added that butterfly and that leaf pattern over there. The earring. And this little flower pattern on her shoulder. But everything else was how the image was originally. And I just thought it was striking on its own. But then I was like, oh, let me play with it a little bit. And I added some pieces to it. I may go back and even add any much more. But that is beautiful on its own. This other page, I just went by color scheme. It's my palette page. So I just had those like 4, 5 colors, whatever, that I kind of mixed out. Just cut anything that was in that color pattern and just kind of made a random collage here of it. I just thought it was an interesting exercise. Sometimes I do that where I just focus on images or I focus on colors and I try to match it as best as I can. So that was kind of just a personal exercise for myself. Now this was a challenge page on a Facebook group. I believe the Facebook is a gluebook Facebook group. I would have to link it on below because I don't remember the exact name of it, but I will link it below when I post this video. But it was just a challenge. They sometimes give you colors, words, different things, and you kind of make your collage based on that. And this one was fuchsia, and it just worked well with my purple page on next to it. So just continue that color scheme. It's very fun, poppy, bright, colorful pages. And this is a good page here by artist Butch Loxon. And he is a visual artist. He creates these beautiful skull masks and holds these color smoke filter things and creates these visual performance art. I think it's just amazing. I love his images, so I wanted a 2-page spread just to re-look at his images anytime I want. But you should look him up. He does some pretty cool things. And this is another example of some en masse work here, where I group a bunch of penguins on the left, and on the right a bunch of places that I thought were pretty and had some nice focal images or sunsets. So this one's incomplete. I still have some white space here and a little bit over there that I need to fill up with some more triangles, but I just like all the colors and the different shapes in the background, so the triangle shape. This next page I haven't finished and attempted yet. I love the bird and I love the background. Not crazy about this necklace, so I might cover it up, but it's definitely something I'm still working on, and I'll probably revisit it in a later time. This is my least favorite color page. It was so hard. There's so much empty space. So hard to find images, and I didn't consider this when I started the page, that are orange that I actually enjoyed. So when I go back and look at this page, I'm not really happy with it, and it still needs pictures, so it's probably something I'll have to revisit and add to it, or maybe I'll skip it and just pretend that page never happened. I just thought the background was really stunning, and that middle center piece felt like it went with it, so that's why I picked that one. So I did the page on the right first, and I found this image here on the left with a circular like stitch pattern on it, and I just kind of matched circles on the left and finished completing a bunch of circles on the right.
All I want when
I'm crying hot tears of rage is the assurance that I'm still being listened to. I thought that was pretty cool. The image in the background is not as striking as I'd wish. I had to add some color to match it to those two colors over there, but I just thought that was a pretty cool page. And then this is just a page commemorating Prince. It has his lyrics written down and just some pictures of him. I absolutely love this page. It took forever to work, and I'm putting really close shots so you can see the details. I use embossing powder, and I use that to kind of create the illusion of bubbles. And each of these things are little strips that I made and created the background of. They were water in some way or form, and I just made it cut in different directions to make it look like actual moving water. So one of my favorite pages. Another en masse page here with some Ferris wheels. This is just random. On the right, it's not my favorite page. I did fix it up a bit with the central image that's there, and that is actually Reese's candy, whatever do you call them. They were more texturized when I put them on there, but you know, of course, it became flat in the book. But I was trying to highlight texture on this page, and then I just added random images on top. I love the boldness of this page. Just put some cool pictures that kind of went with the blue and yellow. Added the bridge page because I love bridges, and I have a whole bridge spread on the other side. The colors are so vibrant and bright, and I love this Oreo moon phases page. It's so cool. So I just love the boldness of it, and then the bridge kind of ties it into the next page. I just find bridges very aesthetically pleasing, so I do sometimes use bridges a lot in my collages just to look back at them. So it's another en masse scavenger hunt type page. Another random page, just reusing color smoke and multiple colors in the paint of the face. Another random page, but with squares, and the background I believe is soap. This one I'm still not finished with, but I just wanted to add this like shine and glitz to it. I'm still kind of working on. I love this next page. It's so soft and flowy. I don't know. I just like how it all came together. This page highlights some of my personal struggles. I have Graves' disease and I struggle with a bunch of other different things, as you can see here. This is just my page to kind of keep moving on, keep fighting and combating all my problems and still focus them in other ways. And this quote says, I'd rather get all this shit for being myself than lie to myself. That's not a way to live.
That's not the way to live.
And that's pretty true. So I just thought it worked with the page. This page started with this guy on the bike. And it just had so much black joy. I loved it. And I just wanted to keep adding to it. So I did. I took some other images and added. And I'll probably go back and add more images. But it just really started with a joy on his face. I just loved it. And this is my self-care page.
Self-care is prioritizing your needs and giving yourself the time and attention you deserve. And this is my self-care page. Over here, there's directions of meditating. And there's a girl doing yoga. And some stretching and some relaxing and bathing. All examples of self-care. And if you don't take care of yourself and create moments for self-care, this is a reminder for you to do so. There's plenty of stress and things in our lives that make life difficult and can bring us down. But remembering to take care of ourselves and finding those moments to really nurture other parts of your body and your mind is important, especially as we move into this age of mental health awareness. So if you don't practice self-care, please look into doing so. This is going to be your reminder. Take care of yourself, people.
This page is pretty cool. It's very colorful. I don't know if you can make out, but this is a picture of a brain, and I just kind of cut it in thirds and alternated where they went and the picture of skeletons there. So I thought that was pretty cool. This is another challenge page from the Facebook group, and it's called Gluebooks, Art and Imagery. If you haven't followed them yet, please do. All like-minded people and wonderful examples of other people's work, as well as some challenges as you see here as I completed for that. Another challenge page with hands. I'm not completely done, so I'll still work on that, but that was also from that Facebook group page, which I also will try to list in the description. This is my cultural page. I am Puerto Rican, so I wanted a page just to celebrate my cultural ethnicity. And they have different phrases in Spanish, different people that are important. And I just thought that was pretty cool. Okay, guys, so I will stop here because this video is getting pretty long on the flip through, and I wanted to keep these initial videos pretty short. Before I go, this page happened by accident. I was making some crowns and some flecks flew on here and just kind of melted into there, and I just made it a background and added this in. So this was not a purpose page, it was an accident page, but I love it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed looking at my pictures and collages that I have made and some of the thoughts I had when I was creating them. If you have any more comments or questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you aren't following me right now, please do, because I will be posting more videos in the future. If you like what you see, please hit that thumbs up. And if there's anything else you would like to see from me, you can leave it in the comments below, or even leave them in my Instagram page. My Instagram page is Annie Creativity, and it's the same one that's going to be linked to this YouTube account. So in the meantime, between videos, check out the pictures that I post there, interact with my post, and maybe some of what you see, you say, might end up in the next video. Thanks for following, and stay creative.